Games continues.
This is Dance Dance Revolution, a video game that's part disco, part exercise machine. And there's Brain Age, a personal trainer for your brain with puzzles, memory tests, and math problems.
See, it really does require concentration. Blue, yellow, blue, red.
Yes, believe it or not, there are video games that are actually good for you.
Hard, push everything you've got. Come on, go, you can do it. Push. You almost there, you there. Yes, excellent.
We're at the University of Maryland for the annual Games for Health Conference, a meeting of minds of game developers and healthcare professionals.
You give her sort of an idea. You know, I'm not feeling so great today, so she will adjust the workout based on that. There is gold to be mined in the growing use of gaming besides just what you see on your Xbox or PlayStation or GameCube at home.
Our game is called Care Connections, and it's a CNH training program to help people learn how to care for residents in nursing homes.
This is the interactive trauma trainer. We try to make a surgical decision-making training tool, and the patient himself will, do well or not so well depending on which decisions you make.
They're called serious games. Games that educate as well as entertain. It's a genre made famous by America's Army, the video game from the U.S. Army that started as a recruiting tool and became one of the most popular games for PCs, and not just with PFCs.
In today's field training, you will learn the basic first aid skills that can save your buddy's life.
A mom credited the game with saving her son's life. Her youngest son actually was able to put into practice the basics, ABCs of life-saving, to save his older brother when an accident happened in the house.
Other conference presenters are equally proud of their work. LucasArts software designer Eric Johnson created some of the Indiana Jones video games. But he's not here to talk about those adventures.
This entire project was facilitated, of course, by Make-A-Wish.
Make-A-Wish has a very simple mission. We fulfill the wishes of children with life-threatening illnesses between the ages of 2.5 and 18. That's it.
Come here, Cheddar.
But Make-A-Wish had never gotten a wish quite like 8-year-old Ben Duskins. Diagnosed with leukemia, Ben had gone through months of chemotherapy and was finally in remission when he made his wish.
Ben's wish was to make a video game and send it back into the treatment center for the kids who were still there.
All right, good job. Okay, let's go back.
I just wanted them to learn what's going through their body and, what the medicine is doing.
Using your target for attack.
Every Tuesday, we went to LucasArts, and we worked for about 2 hours saying, okay, what should we do here? So he got ideas and I got ideas.
Cool.
Yep, the voices.
But channeling Ben's ideas for a game about cancer wasn't always child's play.
Building fun is difficult, and when you try to build fun where the antagonist is cancer, that's almost impossible. I don't think that it could have been done if Ben had not been so mature and articulate.
After 6 months of work, Ben and Eric finally had a game.
Ready? Go grab it.
The game is about you're a little person on a hoverboard who shoots cancer cells.
Players also collect shields to battle monsters.
This monster is guarding the Barf shield, and his name is Robarf.
Ben's way of representing chemo side effects like hair loss and nausea.
The robot is throwing giant green globes of barf. It slows you down.
The object of his game? Put the cancer in remission.
All right, should we,
Yay, sword!
Yeah, the sword's better.
Underlying the game is Ben's optimism. No player ever dies. The reason?
You can't give up. And cancer, if you just give up, you won't stand a chance.
That was quick.
No, you should make it extra hard.
Yeah.
In 2004, Make-A-Wish made Ben's game available as a free download on its website. And his wish became a gift to young cancer patients everywhere, including the kids at this treatment center in San Francisco.
It's a good game because it's kind of like you're fighting your own cancer cells off.
I just don't feel good every time I get knocked down with chemo or that stuff, and it feels good to blast them away.
I feel really, really good that actually people are playing it and actually liking it.
Yeah, you want some of this?
And people around the world are playing it. Ben's game has been downloaded from the Make-A-Wish website over 200,000 times and is now available in 9 languages.
Coming up, virtual worlds get real and really popular.
A lot of people have always wanted to be somebody else. And you can create whoever it is that you want to be there.
That's next as Game On continues. Game On. The unauthorized history of video games continues.
Whether it was Barbie or G.I. Joe, girls and boys have always played with some sort of doll. But in the past few years, they've been putting them aside for a video game, one that grown-ups love too. In fact, they've made it one of the best-selling games of all time, The Sims.
The Sims is really kind of a, in some sense, a dollhouse come to life.
Will Wright, the creator of The Sims, has been called one of the most important people in gaming, entertainment, and technology.
Will Wright is Albert Einstein with a sense of humor, and that's part of what makes him good. And what he really likes is to see how things work and to tinker with things.
I always liked constructing things as a kid. I spent a lot of time building models. And when I started learning to program computers, I realized that computer was just a different way to build models. I could build models that actually had behavior and came to life.
Before bringing The Sims to life, Wright invented its predecessor, SimCity, a game which, as its name suggests, lets players design and build a city. He got the idea for it while working on a conventional action game,
which was kind of an arcade helicopter game where you were flying around bombing these factories and islands. I had to create this world of islands and roads and little buildings, and I was basically having more fun building the world than I was bombing it.
But he didn't have that much fun when he tried selling SimCity to software publishers.
They said, okay, now, how do you win? How do you lose? And there was this kind of struggle because they expected there to be an end to the game.
The game sat on the shelf for several years until Wright formed his own publishing company, Maxis.
I'm putting in some industries right now. I'm going to put a school in.
Let's have a new map.
Released in 1989, SimCity became such a hit that it spawned dozens of spin-offs, including The Sims, a game that allows players to create virtual human beings and manage their virtual lives.
Some people play it kind of as a spreadsheet for life. They kind of play out little scenarios, what's going to happen if me and my boyfriend go over and do this.
But here's another scenario. What would happen if instead of a virtual dollhouse, you could play with an entire virtual world and be anybody you wanted to be in that world?
How about a backflip?
Wait a minute. That's my favorite one.
Welcome to Second Life, an interactive 3D digital community that exists only online at the Second Life website. Everything in this virtual world is imagined, created, and owned by its players.
Second Life is an online world that is really the answer to the question, what if we could use computers to simulate the whole world?
Philip Rosedale is CEO of Linden Labs, the San Francisco company that launched Second Life in 2003.
There's so many things in the world that we'd, like to be able to do if we had the time or we had the right tools and equipment, but we can't. In Second Life, you can do those things. If I want to become somebody else, I can just drag who I want to be right onto my body.
In Second Life, as in many online games, you create a digital alter ego known as an avatar.
What have you always wanted to do? Well, a lot of people have always wanted to be somebody else. And you can create whoever it is that you want to be there. It's your fresh start.
But to live well in this virtual world, players must spend real money to buy things in it. For instance, all the artwork in this virtual gallery is for sale.
And the total amount of goods and services that people are selling to each other in Second Life is currently about $5 million US a month.
He's not talking monopoly money. Second Lifers are using real cash to buy virtual items that only exist in cyberspace. Just like kids buy clothes for their dolls, Second Lifers buy wardrobes for their avatars. The market for these virtual goods proved to be a banana